Okay, I hope you're all well. I'll try and keep this as brief as I can. I had a visit yesterday from my nephew, and we was talking. He was listening for much of the afternoon, and he was talking as well. He was telling me about he's attempting to write a story based on Agatha, and developing his ideas from there. So we was talking about some things like that, obviously. And he also told me a friend of his has an idea, which is not a new idea, but I just want to go through it in a certain couple of ways. His friend is in the belief that the moon is an egg, and my nephew said to me, "How can it be an egg? It doesn't even look like one." And to me, it's an old analogy, but obviously to him it was new. So I went into the kitchen, I grabbed an egg, and I stood there and I said to him, "So your friend says it's an egg, and obviously to you it doesn't look like that." And he says no. And I said, "Well, what if he went like that?" And his eyes opened for a second, and I see his brain ticking. And then I decided to try something else to try and explain this. Da, da, da. It's the moon. No, it's just an egg. If you turn it on its end, you can see that you can't see the other side of it. He was also talking about the strength of an egg. He was telling me, like, some people will know this, some people won't. If you try and break an egg by squeezing it this way, it's extremely hard. Not impossible, but extremely hard. And yet, if you take the egg on the sides here and squeeze, it will just destroy itself instantly. Okay, it's got no strength that way. I was trying to explain to my nephew the phenomenon of the craters on the moon, and he made what to him might have been just a glib comment, which to me hadn't actually sunk in before. In that if they're all facing the moon, then they must have come from Earth. And at first I was like, well, I was trying to explain to him that, space is all out here, the meteors are coming from out here towards the Earth, and then somehow they swing up and then hit the moon full in the face. But when he said to me, no, just coming from the Earth, straight up to the moon, that must be how they're doing it. I was talking to my son just now about this, showing him my little egg, and I was explaining to him that some people think it's lightning, but no one quite knows how the lightning is conducted yet with the current understanding. If anybody's interested, you should go and check the Thunderbolts project out. I really do enjoy that, even if I don't agree with everything they say or their presenters. But yeah, some excellent people on there, John Talbot and stuff. But yeah, I'll try and insert a little clip here. And it should have been the plasma ball. I kind of think of that as the mirror image of what Thunderbolts is saying. Instead of all the lightning being in the ball, the lightning is coming from outside of the space and striking objects. I think that might be what caused the scar on Mars and things like that. I like the electric universe, but the electric universe still gives us all this space and stuff that we can't quite get to, but they also explain it in a slightly different way. I do like the idea of us all... don't take me at my word, but I like the idea of the planets all being connected by filaments. You can look into the Birkenland currents and things along those lines. Very, very interesting. So yeah, my little moon presentation, talked to my nephew and his friend about it being an egg. Who knows, hey? Who knows? Here's my egg. Freshly painted. Lovely jubbly. I'll be back in a sec with a little smaller presentation about something else. Okay, so just quickly while talking about the moon, this fella here, Stephen Baxter, the guy on the left, he's written a book called Moonseed, and spoiler alert, it's about astronauts bringing pieces of the moon back to the Earth and it devouring the Earth. Very bizarre. And just to point out, front of the book, a dirigible that can take you through the worlds. No copyright here or anything. Oh, a bit of advertising. And this one's called The Long War. But yeah, Stephen Baxter, Moonseed. Just something I was talking to my son about. Okay, so hopefully you can see some of that, at least. I hope the lawnmower leaf blower ain't annoying you. So this is just a small geometric image I drew with my devil-cursed compass. And I was trying to explain to my nephew that, for myself, I just think it reveals certain secrets that are not known to many, that not necessarily are unworkoutable without it, but that reveal things that are still under question as to whether there are true representations of reality. Let's say that for now, okay? I spent a lot of time doodling with my compass. I honestly don't believe it's what people think it is, but we'll come back to that another time. For now, it's this image that I came up with, which some people might hate me for, because in some ways it might confirm Stephen Christ's model. But let me just say for now that I do believe that the cell Earth model, the inner Earth model, is just the Alice in Wonderland mirror image of the globe model. Nothing more, nothing less. And instead of everything being scattered out there, it's all crunched up into one little place. Okay? This is that crunched up little place. Okay? This is where all these lines of energy converge. Black sun, maybe. Agartha has supposedly an entrance at the top and the bottom, directly opposite. You can see here the yin yang. Okay, there are many things to be discovered within this within the compass. In some ways, I'd like to go really deep and talk about things like demons and angels and God and blah 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 and all that stuff, but not for today. Just the small part of the conversation I had with my nephew. Okay, and that was the moon being an egg. Let's hope if it is an egg and all the meteors are hitting the front, that nothing hits the top, hey? The question I ask anyone who believes in this model is what's under your feet? You see my little stick man right down the bottom here? What's under your feet? Water. No. No. Alright, when you talk to scientists and the universe nearly goes on forever and it's ultimately flat, no. You obviously haven't given it enough thought. You've just looked at someone else's work and come to someone else's conclusions. I don't insist anyone do so, but it might be helpful to you if you look into things like infinity. There are plenty of books out there, plenty of ideas out there. I suggest you go and watch channels like The Number File. Amazing things you can find in mathematics. Mathematics, okay? That's all it is. It's the way they control us, okay? And it's all tied into this one thing. If you can work out what it is, it's hard to put it into words because it's images, graven images. They can warp your mind, as we've seen, as we are seeing. Let us hope it's all a lie. But this stuff can lead you astray. You understand? It's not that it's evil, but that it can lead you astray. Knowledge can lead you astray. Do not wander too far from the path of naturalness. Huh? Too many are just living just outside of it. And as long as you're living alongside it and doing no harm, I don't think there's too much wrong with living outside of it. We're not living alongside of it, we're just fucking consuming it. Alright? And let's hope that's a lie.